Hey guys, welcome back. First, I'm starting off with skincare and I'm using this Hydra Genius from L'Oreal. This stuff is a bomb and it smells really good. Plus it's affordable, so you don't have to spend too much on skincare. In fact, all the products that I'm using today are from the drugstore, including the brushes. Now for primer, I'm using the pore filler from NYX. And then for my dark circles, I'm using the color corrector, also from NYX, and using a Real Techniques brush to blend it out, as well as my fingers. Then for foundation, I decided to try out the Dream Cushion from Maybelline, and oh my goodness, it definitely was super dark on my skin, and you'll notice that I'm going to make it work, but I just wished I had a better color selection. To make it work a little better, I'm going to be using the Better Skin concealer from Maybelline as well. And I like it because it doesn't make my skin look cakey. It blends out really nicely, and it gives good coverage for the most part. Or I should say it's more like a natural skin, which I guess makes sense for the name, right? And I'm also blending everything out with a dual fiber brush from Real Techniques. And then adding a little bit more where I feel like I needed more coverage. Moving on to the brows, I'm using this brow pencil from L'Oreal. And it's actually really nice. It's very comparable to Anastasia. It's not extra waxy, which I actually appreciate. The color is a little dark, but the spoolie definitely helps to fade it out a little bit more. To prime my eyes, I'm using an eyeshadow base from NYX with a Real Techniques brush. I can't forget to set my brows, so I'm using the brow styler from L'Oreal. I'm also using this contour palette in Caramel Toffee from Wet n Wild as my eyeshadow. And I'm using the lighter color for my base and then the deeper shade to use as my crease or transition color. Moving on to my lid, I decided to use this beautiful color from L'Oreal. And to deepen it up a little bit more, I'm using the Milani Bella Bronze eyeshadow with an EcoTools blending brush. For eyeliner, I'm trying out this Rimmel Exaggerate eyeliner, and I have to be honest, I'm not the biggest fan. The applicator was a little tricky to work with, and it just wasn't as pigmented as I'm used to. I've tried many from the drugstore, and this one was definitely not one that I would recommend. Instead, I would recommend the gel liners from either Maybelline or L'Oreal. Now, I wanted to brighten up my face just a little bit more, so I'm going in and highlighting it with the Master concealer from Maybelline, and it's very comparable to the MAC Pro Longwear. And I'm also blending it out with another Real Techniques brush. For lashes, I had to use one of my faves, which are from Salon Perfect, and I just put some glue on them so that they can get a little bit tacky. And in the meantime, I'm applying the L'Oreal Carbon Black mascara. And now I'm applying the falsies. And I actually had a really good day applying them. I remember in the last video, those lashes were giving me hell, but these applied so nicely. To highlight my inner corners, I'm using this prismatic eyeshadow from NYX in the shade Mermaid. And I love it so much. And then I wanted to further highlight my brow bone just with the same color that I had before. Now to set the rest of my face, I'm using the Better Skin powder from Maybelline. And to bronze my face up just a tiny bit more, I'm using this bronzer from NYX in the shade Deep Tan. Now, of course, I'm going to use this Wet n Wild palette also to contour, not just for eyeshadow. And I actually liked it. It blended out really nicely. Then for blush, I'm using one of my all-time faves, which is Milani Luminoso. And then to highlight a little bit, I'm going to start off by using the shimmer strips from Physicians Formula. Now, I definitely used the darker colors, and I shouldn't have because you could definitely tell. And then to fix that, I decided to use the Wet n Wild Precious Petal highlighter, which I honestly should have just used by itself. This is so gorgeous, I had to use it in my inner corners as well. Now for lips, I decided to use the Milani lip liner in Natural, which I really, really loved. Then I used the moisture stick from Neutrogena in the shade Almond Nude. and topped it off with the color Elixir in Enthralling Nude from Maybelline. I wanted my face to be just a little bit brighter, so I used a lighter shade in the contour palette, and I'm using a contour brush from Real Techniques as well. Then I wanted to also deepen up my eyeshadow, so I'm going in with the bronzer from NYX and applying some lower lash mascara. Now, who doesn't like a little selfie break in between? So, you know, I had to get my pictures in there. Now, as if I didn't get enough of that highlighter, I wanted to also add it on top of my eyes just to make them stand out even more, and apply it as a brow bone highlight as well. This is a second lip option if the other one was a little too nude. I'm just using the Touch of Spice lipstick and the same color Elixir from Maybelline. And there you have it. That's the final look. I really hope you guys enjoyed it. Let me know what you think in the comment section, and I'll see you next time. Bye.